All right, people. So a while back, I made a video on how I make empanadas or pastelito. So I'm gonna do a new version. I'm doing. Someone mentioned that my videos are long. Some like that, others don't. So I'm gonna try to split the difference and kind of just show you how I make two types of filling, and also I'm gonna show you how I make the dough. Because I actually, when I make pastelito or empanadas, I make the dough by hand. You know, flour, egg. So maybe I should do this in two parts. Let's see how I feel. Maybe I'll do it in two parts. All right. So in this video, at least in this initial part, I'm gonna show you how I make ground beef filling and also chicken filling for empanadas. Okay. I'll try to be brief. Okay, so for the beef filling, I'm going to use 2 pounds of nice ground beef. I'm going to use these two, it's about a pound each. This one I'm going to save for burgers. What do I add to my beef filling? Well, I'm going to use 3 garlic cloves. These 3 are 4 because there's a tiny one. I'm going to save this for the chicken. I'm going to use half of this onion diced up. And if you want to see the chicken, here it is. I'm going to use 2 of the breasts. There's a little one here. I'm going to save that for, I don't know, strips or something. And I'm going to season them, like I mentioned to you, with about 3 garlic cloves each. Half of this onion for each. And the other seasonings I'm going to use is, I'm going to use some salt. I like this Himalayan crystal salt. Some black pepper. Some paprika. Paprika, pimienton, some onion powder, garlic powder. Well, I said that in reverse. Garlic and onion powder. I'm going to use some culantro or coriander, some Anatto, achiote, some oregano, and that's all for the powdered seasonings. Okay, so I'm going to go on and start to prepare the beef. The beef and the chicken, it's seasoned similarly, but the chicken has to be prepared differently than the beef. But let me do the beef first. All right. Okay, so I have my onion and my garlic chopped up nicely. Okay, and I actually didn't use the whole onion because that onion was pretty big. I forgot to mention that you're also going to need tomato sauce, so you can use a nice Spanish style tomato sauce. I'm going to use 1 can for each of the fillings. And I wanted to mention that potato is optional. You don't have to cook the potato, but I do wash it, I scrub it. I use this nice fruit and vegetable wash from this company. I really like them. And basically, in empanadas, there are people that put potato in them, there are others that don't. So, I mean, this is totally up to you. And you can use a small potato. You don't need anything extravagantly big. You can peel it. You don't have to peel it. It's totally up to you. So, what I'm going to do with this potato, I want to show you how small I like to cut it up. So, I did it in half, and I'm going to do another half. I halved the half. I'm just going to make like little cubes. Okay. And you don't have to cook them because when you prepare them together with the beef or the chicken at the heavy seasoning stage, I mean, they're going to be soft enough, small enough and soft enough to combine well in the heat. Okay, so and we're gonna, you'll season it together with the other vegetables. Okay, that size is good. That's about it. So that's for one of the fillings, and I'll prepare the other half for the other filling. All right, 1 pound, 2 pounds, kind of half frozen, not completely, but we'll be fine. As I mentioned, the other pound of beef, I'm going to put that away to do burgers. So I just want to show you what I want to do here I'm gonna break up the beef a little bit, but I'm not gonna season it yet. I'm gonna break it up a bit. Alright, so my beef is nicely browned, and if you pay attention to these little bits, you see that there's a little bit seared, because I actually went longer than 3 minutes. I mean, you know, I didn't want to have you stand here watching me do this. So, I mean, you can brown the beef the way you brown your beef, or you can use my method, where you let it sit, then break it up. Alright? So now, you are everything, and everything is you. I'm listening to Marvin. You see, Puerto Ricans don't listen to salsa all day. We like other music too. Alright, so to this beef, I'm gonna add the minced garlic, the chopped onion, and remember this option? Wait, there's more onion here. The potato. The potato are little cubes, so they're not gonna, you know, take a long time to cook. Alright? Notice I haven't seasoned it yet. I want the vegetables to make a nice friendship with the beef. Alright? So we want to get that nice and combined, nice and mixed. Maybe I'll break up little pieces of beef that didn't fully break into smaller pieces. So for minutes, and the thing about it is that you don't have to worry about the potato. They're so small, they're little cubes, they're not going to be, you know, tough or hard when you make your empanadas. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've turned the heat down. I forgot to mention that. I have not seasoned it yet. And I'm just going to cover it, leave it for a good, you know, as I mentioned, 2-3 minutes. All right. Salt. I'm going to start with my pink salt. It's to taste. You know, I don't like to say specifically put this much, put that much, because people have different, you know, preferences. So let's say a teaspoon of salt. Let's say that. Let's say a teaspoon of black pepper. Let's say a teaspoon of onion powder. This onion powder is caked. Let me just give them a shake to break the cake. All right. Garlic powder. Ooh. We're also going to put in some paprika, a dash, because paprika can really change the taste of whatever you're making. If you like paprika, knock yourself out and put a bucket. I'm going to put in some coriander, same thing, a dash, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. Oregano. Let's go with about a teaspoon of oregano. And Anatto, or achiote. That'll give it some nice color. Okay, so those are my seasonings. I'm going to give it a nice mixing. Combine everything. I'm sorry about my angle. I have no cameraman or camera person or whatever. So, what am I going to do now? Pieces of beef that I can break further. Okay, so it's nice and combined. Same thing, I'm going to cover it and let it sit there on that simmer for about a good 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go on in with the tomato sauce that I had mentioned earlier. They're usually, what are these? Yeah, about 8-ounce cans. So you can make it yourself. The difference is with the usual tomato sauce is that This tomato sauce, it's a little heavier. Hispanic tomato sauce, it's usually used to prepare something like this, and it's thicker. So basically what you would do if you prefer to make your own sauce is that in the process of making it, you put in something starchy like cornstarch, I don't know, potato starch, tapioca starch, and that'll help thicken it up. You can see this is thicker than your usual tomato sauce, let's say for like pasta or something. And this is a lot of beef, so I didn't think that I'd need more. But yeah, I'm gonna open up another can and pour it right on there. Give me a sec. And I think that we are there. We are there. Okay, so this is about 10 ounces of the tomato sauce that I put in, because I have the rest of the can here. I'm going to use the rest of that can for the chicken one. So I'm just going to flatten this down, get it nicely evenly in the pan, and I'm going to keep this on low heat, very low heat, for another 5-6 minutes. It should bubble up a bit, and after that it's done. All right, so let's take a look. Nice. So this is my beef empanada filling. If you look here on certain corners, it's nice and bubbling up. So this is good. I'm gonna put this on the side, and I'm deciding whether or not to do a separate video or just continue this video and show you how I make chicken empanada filling. Maybe I'll continue the video. I don't know. Let's see how I feel. So what if you notice, when I prepared these empanada fillings, nothing more than fillings, not my feelings. I did not use sofrito or recao in them. The green cooking base that's mostly cilantro and other vegetables, because a couple of friends of mine can't eat cilantro, so that's an ingredient I excluded from this. So I mean, if you want the full flavor that you can savor, you go on ahead. You're putting, I would say 2 tablespoonfuls of sofrito or recaito, and if not, you just adjust with the seasonings you have on hand. Okay, so my next video, I'm going to show you how to make the dough, the empanada dough. Okay, so get some flour and get ready.